Welcome back, Cheesy Minions, to another exciting Wi-Fi battle, and this battle is against MrChabry, who I've been having some pretty amazing battles with recently, and this is another RU match. Love these lower-tiered matches, and yeah, I think I've gotten the last few of them against him, so it'll be interesting to see if I can continue that or not, but no matter what, it's always a really, really great battle against MrChabry here. He's a fellow YouTuber. Make sure you check his channel out, link in the description. He actually has some really nice narrated content, so you definitely want to check that out. So, there is the team. Well, actually, you kind of already saw the teams. I'm going to go ahead and lead with my Rabombi. Now, this is not actually a sticky web Rabombi, but I do decide to lead with it anyway, because I do have Stun Spore. I actually thought I had Sleep Powder, but no, I have Stun Spore on this thing. I decided just to go for it against the Blastoise, hoping that maybe he'd predict a Sleep Powder and switch out, but no, he's going to stay in, but I end up getting the Paralysis, the Para Pax turn 1, so that's pretty nice, and I'm like, okay, this Blastoise is going to hit me with maybe a special move, so let's just go for a Quiver Dance as he goes out into his Roserade, which is actually kind of fine. After the Quiver Dance, I should outspeed this thing. I know he favors the Scarf Roserade, but Rabombi is obviously a lot faster, so after the Quiver Dance, I can outspeed him. I go for the Stab Bug Buzz. Unfortunately, it doesn't kill him. I didn't think it would, but whatever. But thanks to my special defense boost, I'm actually going to be able to survive that Sludge Bomb, which is amazing, because that's going to force him to switch out, which means I get additional damage on something else. He's going to wisely go into his Floor Jazz, which is a special wall of sorts. This Bug Buzz is going to do maybe a quarter, not even. And I'm like, okay, Rabombi has really done a lot of work already. In fact, it's Paralyze a Blastoise, which is going to be incredibly useful later on. But in additionally, you know, I crippled the Roserade, and after a Moonblast, this Floor Jazz is also down about below half. So, you know, Rabombi did a lot of work here early as a leads, and now I just have to take advantage of that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go to my Drapion. I actually don't have a Poison move on this Drapion, but he doesn't know that probably. This is more of like a support Drapion. So I'm actually just going to go for the knockoff, figuring it, knock off the item on the switch. I doubt he's going to stay in, because obviously I could very easily go for a poison, or have a poison move. So I'm going to knock off the Assault Vest. That's pretty nice, because that means this thing is not going to bother me. Plus I know the set. I know it's going to be probably a, well, it's not going to be a gut set. It's going to be, what's that ability that this thing gets? No Guard, that's the other ability, with Dynamic Punch shenanigans, and yeah, he's going to knock off my Uxie as it comes in. That kind of sucks, but I know it can't 2-hit KO me, obviously, because knockoff's going to be doing less damage. He does do a lot of damage, though, to my Uxie, as I just decided to go for a Psychic, and I was really hoping this might be 2-hit KO range, but no. I mean, I don't have any special attack, really, investment on this Ux. I don't think I have any at all. And Floor Jazz is one of the best special walls in the game, so unfortunately, he's going to be able to get off the Defog. I went for the Psychic, hoping that maybe this Floor Jazz wouldn't be able to come in and just do that, and yeah, it kind of sucks. And the suckiest part is, I don't think I can even kill him here, because he almost certainly has, he has Recovery move. He's going to go for that Synthesis to heal up back to half, and there's nothing really Uxie can do about it. I decide just to go for a Stealth Rock this turn. That forces him to go for another Defog, and which gives me a free turn to be like switch or something. It's just kind of useful because I know that he's going to have to defog, and there it is. I am just going to go ahead and U-turn, and I decide to go right back into my Drapion, I believe, like I said, just to scare this guy away. I can, even though my Drapion doesn't actually have a poison move, I still match up very well against Floor Jazz because I carry Taunt on this Drapion, and I'm going to be faster, so once you taunt this Floor Jazz, not really a whole lot I can do other than Moonblast, and I can kind of wither it down because it can't heal, it can't, defog, can't do any of that. It probably has if I had to guess, his last move is probably Aromatherapy or something, but yeah, it's probably a purely support Floor Jazz. So either way, I actually just go for the Whirlwind because I expected him to switch. I don't have any hazards, so it's not really gonna, do that for me, but at the very least I can get him into something he might not want to be in. And I decided to actually hit up Toxic Spikes. I know he does have the Roserade he can go into, get rid of them, plus he has probably a Rapid Spin here on this Blastoise, but it forces him to go for it. I was kind of thinking maybe he'd switch, so I go for a knockoff. Instead, he stays in, and I get, okay damage. I can't knock off a Megastone, so whatever. I'm just going to go for another Toxic Spikes now, as he goes for a Water Pulse, and that will do a decent chunk to my Drapion. It hits it down to above half. He gets the Confusion, too, so must be nice. I'm going to go ahead and switch out, and I go out to my Virizion now, and I'm like, okay, it should be another Water Pulse. I can have the resistance to that. Obviously, my Virizion is probably my best chance to hit this Mega Blastoise really hard with Leaf Blade. Unfortunately, he gets the Confusion on my Virizion, and I'm like, well, that makes me sad. He's going to go into his Machamp now as I just go for a Leaf Blade, hoping that I can hit through the confusion. Like, what is with this Blastoise proccing me? Jeez. I'm just going to go for the Leaf Blade, and it does hit through the confusion and get some pretty nice damage there on the Machamp. Hits it down, you know, now it's down to about a quarter, and it's, of course, poisoned because he didn't actually get rid of my Toxic Spikes last time, I think. So, there you go. So, he's going to go ahead and go for the Dynamic Punch against my Uxie. I do survive that, but I do get confused. Dynamic Punch always confuses. And I'm just going to try to finish this guy off, and... Oh, no, I go for the Stealth Rock, set those back up. Figuring... I mean, he does have ways to get rid of them, but I figured I'd rather do that than actually kill this Machamp, because I don't want to give him a safe switch into, like, you know, one of his hazard removers. What this ends up doing is they were going to die anyway. That's right, he was going to die anyway to the to the poison, so that's why I didn't do it. And now I can go straight into Drapion, which is really great for me because Drapion matched up against the predicted Floor Jazz, and I end up getting that correct, which is amazing. And he is going to go ahead and withdraw the Floor Jazz, not wanting to obviously lose it to a poison move, which he still thinks I have. So yeah, I actually just go for the taunt. I don't want him to defog either, so I just do that. So I do reveal the taunt. He doesn't know my last move, though. I think I still have one move that I haven't revealed, and I'm still kind of banking that he thinks it's a poison move. Wait, no, I might have actually revealed all of them. Whirlwind, Taunt, Knockoff, and Toxic Spikes. Yeah, he knows all my moves at this point. But like I said, I can still shut down that that thing with defog. So he's going to get the freeze now with his Mega Blastoise. Mega Blastoise is proccing, getting all these hacks all over the place, gets the freeze with the Ice Beam, and that's going to give him that safe switch into Floor Jazz, which unfortunately now, I mean, it can just go ahead and defog away, which sucks. And yeah, I'm frozen solid. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm also, like, nearly dead. He could probably just kill me with the Moonblast. He decides not to. And actually, this is where you're going to see, you know, the rare freeze actually helping you. If you actually thaw out, because he's not obviously, I mean, it's a 20% chance for me to thaw. He wants to obviously get his Floor Jazz back to nearly full with a Synthesis. But I do thaw this turn. Otherwise, if I wasn't frozen, he would just switch out and not even risk it. But this allows me to actually take down that Floor Jazz. So that was a really... convenient thaw turn for me. So there's you know, yeah, there you go. He got the freeze, but I got the turn I really needed to thaw him and kill that Floor Jazz, which was a major problem for my team. So he's just gonna go for the Hidden Power Fire, which is actually a pretty good move considering what Pokemon I had. He gets good damage there on the Drapion as I just go for a knockoff. I get little chip damage there on the Blastoise, but I do not want to stay in because I'm not going to take a Water Pulse that well. I go into my Melodic. And, yeah, I should be able to take anything from this thing pretty well. This is a max defense, max HP Melodic, so it's actually a physically defensive Melodic. But obviously Melodic still has very good special defense as well. Plus I resist, you know, both of his moves, other than maybe Dark Pulse, which he's going to go for. I go for an Ice Beam, thinking that he might switch. And Ice Beam is super effective against the Roserade, which resists water. So I was thinking if he does switch, he might go into that. But now I decided to switch it up going for the Scald, thinking this Emboar might come in. And that was a brilliant prediction for me because I go for that Scald and I get what I wanted. That felt really good, actually, predicting this Emboar because I get a ton of damage there on it. Now, I do have to be afraid of the Wild Charge, even though with max physical defense, with its ability, Reckless, Wild Charge will do a lot of damage to Melodic. So I decided to just go into my Virizion as fodder to see what he'd lock himself into. I already have an inkling this thing's going to be Scarf, because that's what we saw last time against him. And, yeah, so it's either really Scarf or Banded usually. And either way, I can just go into Zydoge here, and I decided to go for an Extreme Speed, because it's an Extreme Speed range, plus I don't think I actually need that. I might need it to outspeed, actually, a Scarf Emboar. It depends, I think, if it's I don't know. I'm not even as good. I just go for the Extreme Speed because it's the safest play. And, yeah, Mega Blastoise is going to come in and just go for an Ice Beam now, which is fine. I was not going to leave that in. But there's another proc! Another freeze! With a freaking Ice Beam. Are you kidding me? Now, I do have Scald, so I can get rid of the freeze that way. But this actually does kind of hurt because I wanted to either, like, either Ice Beam with this turn, you know, so I was thinking about either Ice Beaming or, you know, recovering up to full, because I would like to get... Actually, I think I was leaning to a recover to get my Melodic back to full, and that forces me to go for a Scald, which actually gives him a free switch, basically, in a Roserade, because he knew I had to Scald, and that's pretty fortunate for him. Thankfully, I get the prediction correct. I go into my Drapion as he goes for a Leaf Storm, and that's pretty good, because a second Leaf Storm is not going to be able to KO me, due to the fact that he's lost special attack on the first one. So yeah, my resistance helps too, and I'm just gonna go for the knockoff, get rid of that guy, and yeah, we don't have to deal with the Roserade anymore. Although Drapion has paid the price, it is now incredibly low HP. I think I just decided to sack it off here to the Embor. Yeah, he goes for the superpower, which is interesting. But now he's sitting at minus attack and minus defense, so that's actually pretty good for me because I can just go into Melodic. Even though it's stabbed, I mean, -1 attack. Like I said, I max defense. I know I can take this pretty well and just heal up with Recover. And if he switches up, switches out into Blastoise, now I'm at full HP again. And this Blastoise is low enough that I can obviously just go ahead and kill it with anything I want. And that's what I'm going to do. I decided to go for a Scald to finish off the Blastoise, so we don't have to deal with this annoying thing anymore. And down it goes. But he still has the Honchkrow in the back, and I have to be really careful because I know he has Honchkrow, and he's trying to set up the reverse sweep. If he gets my Melodic down to about 75%, he might be able to kill me with a Brave Bird, so I really do want to kind of keep Melodic healthy here. So I decided to stay and see what he'd do. I know I can survive at least one Wild Charge, and obviously the recoil would do a lot of damage to him, so I decided to go for the Roost. He ends up locking himself into Superpower, which is pretty amazing because I can just tank those for days, and now he's forced to go out into his Honchkrow early. And yeah, I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam. I know he can't kill me with a Brave Bird, so I decided to get as much damage on the Honchkrow. Hopefully it'll die to its recoil. It does not quite die, though. It survives with red HP, and I did notice I was faster, though, so I'm just going to go for the Recover, which means he's not Jolly max speed or anything. Because I don't think I have any speed investment, so he doesn't have really any speed investment in his Honchkrow either, which is really fortunate for me because I can just go ahead and recover back to nearly full. His Brave Bird can't kill me. He's going to die to his own recoil. And yeah, his last Pokemon is the Embor, so that is pretty much game. I mean, it was game already, actually, because both of his Pokemon were in extreme speed range of my Zygarde. So he's going to go ahead and kill that Melodic with a Superpower, but then Zydoge is going to come in and extreme speed for the win. So good game there, MrChabry. Always an excellent chess match with you. I mean, there was some interesting hacks there both ways, but ultimately just another good battle, which is and I do like these lower tiers. RU just feels RU and you just feel like they're in really good places right now to me. Anything beats boring OU, but yeah. So today's question of the day is going to have to do again with Pokemon Sword and Shield, and this question today is very plainly. Which of these two Pokemon games are you going to get? As for me, Pokemon Sword, no doubt. Offense over defense. Screw you, Stall. I mean, I do kind of like I do like both of these logos. I must say, I do like both of the logos. They're pretty cool. They're pretty snazzy. I like the slash to the sword. With the shield is actually pretty good too. I mean, I'm probably going to get both. Shield will probably be my my Nuzlocke game, while Sword will be my primary game I'm going to play. Probably first in my own time, and probably the one I Wi-Fi battle off of. So Sword will be my primary game. But yeah, I do like them both. The only regret is I was wish that the Sword was the red version, because I always prefer the red version Pokemon games. You know, when they have like a red and blue theme, which a lot of them actually do recently. To as a throwbacks, but because I was a Pokemon Red kid. Back in the day, but it's okay. I'm going to have to cross party lines and get the blue game this time because Pokemon Sword is just cool. So leave a comment about that and see you guys again next time. Laters.